Just when AI couldn't get any crazier. Smart EQ 3. I am back.
What's happening, guys? You're here with Nate. This is Crossbeats production, and this video is about the Smart EQ 3. I want to review the plugin for you and show you some functions, features, and all that good stuff. So let's get straight into the video. Let's go. Alright, so you can see on the screen here I've got two plugins. The reason for this is because the Smart EQ is capable of reading groups. So now they've got a function on here where it allows it to have up to 8 groups, and it's kind of like the isotope concept, where it allows the EQ to talk to each other and then read the frequencies and then adjust the frequencies in accordance with what it thinks is the right sort of sound. So let's see how good that works. First off, I'll just bypass the EQ and put on my EQ that I had here, and I'll just show you what the frequency curve was. So that sound, I'll just solo it as well, is a saw sound. So I've got it up to 610 hertz there and minus 2.3 dB. And let's play that sound. All right, in context with the mix. Okay, you get the gist. It's kind of like a dance track, and that's kind of the way I wanted to EQ that specific sound. So I'm just going to bypass that EQ, and I'm going to see what the Smart EQ is capable of doing. First off, before I do that, I might just disable this, just bypass or reset all, so that we don't have anything going on here, and delete these groups as well. So I want to show you exactly how this works. So, okay, just so you know, I've got the EQ on the synth, which I just played to you, and then the drums as well. So the drum kit here. And you can see on the meters as well. So first off, the thing I do like about this plugin is the metering. So the metering is pretty clear. It shows you, what's happening with the frequencies. I don't know yet if there's a way to slow down the metering. If there's not, that's something I should definitely look at. But it is pretty nice how they do the metering. So first off, let's group these together and see what the Smart EQ is capable of doing as a group. Now the way that works is you've got this section here first off, so you can bypass, reset, all the filtering types, the mode. So if you want it to be stereo or sides, being mid-side, that type of thing. And then you've got your gain on the out section as well, and it shows you metering of what's happening with the in and outputs, and then zoom as well. So for the group, you just go to join group. This is on the top left corner, so you can see this is already in a group here which I created, and I'm going to use this group as my group. Now normally this won't be here, so what I'd have to do is drag this across, and then it would put it into the group, and then it's like a hierarchy type of group scenario where whatever you have at the top, then it will use that. So it's kind of using the two sounds together, and then it's analyzing those sounds. It creates a frequency that it fits for that sound and the other sound, and I guess it tries to adjust that in accordance to how they should sort of be mixed together. So let's have a listen and see if that's possible and what it does, how it works. Let's play the track. Now, I don't know if I'd do all of these frequencies all together, all at once. It's maybe too much to have going on. But the funny thing is, when I did the reduction side of it, the curve, which I showed you on my EQ that I already had here, the curve was very similar in the shelving side of things. I never knew about this plugin before I did this mix. I just got this mix and then put this plugin on here. So I kind of came up with the same kind of structure that I had for the actual frequency curve, which is interesting. So I guess I'm on the right track in that regards. So you can actually move this back here as well if you don't want all of this to have this happening, and you can also adjust the curve on that filter as well, so it's not so sharp or sharper if you want it to be that way. So maybe if I just reduce it back here and take out a little bit of the the low end frequency of the drums. I might just play the track and adjust it. Let's just see what that sounds like. Now, I guess what it's trying to do here is to reduce some of the high-end frequencies just using different filter types. Well, mainly just a shape, I should say, filter shapes. Now, if you increase it, obviously it's going to do the opposite. But I think what I like is that reduced side of things. And it kind of works in the regards of, allowing you to get to where you kind of need to be ballpark-wise. And then you can adjust it just by hearing the difference. I would say this EQ is kind of a smart idea, being the name Smart EQ, no pun intended. But it is definitely something that can kind of give you the ballpark areas to where you need to be, and it just allows you to do that. So it's very smart and fast in that regards. Let's just bypass the EQ and have a listen. That's actually really interesting. I didn't realize you could do that, but you can bypass the filters or all. So it kind of gives you the option to bypass everything or just the filters, and that's kind of a unique sort of idea there. The thing as well that I do like about this EQ, regardless of it being a smart EQ, is one, I like the way it kind of interprets the sound and EQs it out. The filtering styles and stuff like that kind of work for it. But the other thing I do think is kind of cool here is you can adjust this thing here where it allows it to sort of mix the frequencies or change the way the frequencies act. And it just gives you different, styles of slopes, the dynamics as well to it. So that's pretty crazy. You can actually add a dynamic EQ in this. That's pretty awesome. It's a good EQ just by itself if you're not going to worry about this whole grouping thing, or if you do like this grouping thing and it works for you in a mix, you can use it that way as well. So let's just try the dynamic side of it as well. Actually, I really like that. That's cool. So this EQ is something you guys should check out for yourself. See if it works for you. See if it helps you speed up your mixing process. Ultimately, that's what I think they're trying to achieve with this plugin. It really does make sense that when you working on such a large track count, this track's not anywhere near that. But if you had a large track count and you wanted to get things done really quickly, and you're on a deadline and you just want to have something that sounds good quickly, well, then this is probably going to be something that may actually suit your needs. Even if you had a small track count and you're just learning to sort of EQ things and you want something to be fast, smart, and give you the right sound reasonably quickly, then this is probably something for you as well. So I should say, just check it out for yourself. Download the demo. It's, I think, around about 80 something euro, 89 euro, which converts to about maybe 110 USD-ish. In that ballpark figure, depending on the currency conversion rate. But it is something to definitely check out, and it's something I would suggest, looking at from that side of things. So hopefully this is of help to you guys. Hopefully it's a benefit just to have this review, and I shall catch you on the next one. Peace out.